Hello everyone. So today I figured it would be a good time to go ahead and show off a deck I've been really excited to build and really happy to finally have, which is Warrior Tribal in Mardu colors, which has been a deck I've been playing since back in 2015 when I built a standard version of it. I now have a Pioneer version, and this is not, it's not identical, but it has similar functions. I think if they ever do a Tarkir Mastered, which I assume they will, I will most likely build the original design. But I'm not going to lie, this particular build has given me a few interesting ideas for how I could go about my Pioneer build. But without getting too far into it, let's go ahead and take a look and see what we have in this build. So my one-drop spot, first off, I have Cartouche of Solidarity, which is kind of an iffy card. It gives me a body, and it gives another warrior +1/+1. And first strike, which is pretty relevant, surprisingly. So it's actually been pretty good in this deck. So, you know, body gives something first strike. It actually works out pretty well. Next is a brand new card from Kaldheim. I just added this recently, and it's been an absolute, I mean, when it performs, it performs. That's really all I can say about it. It's called Usher of the Fallen. For 1 mana, it's a 2/1. And whenever it attacks, you can activate its boast ability, which gives you the ability to make another 1/1 human warrior. If your opponent has a slow early game, this is a great way to just fill up your board with a bunch of stuff that you can later pump up or make more useful or use as chump blockers, whatever. It really works well in this build. And I'm somewhat disappointed to say I'm surprised, but at the same time, it's good. I think this is one of the cards I'm most likely going to put in my Pioneer build that I didn't originally think about. Fatal Push, I only have 3 in here because it doesn't always end up being relevant. But yeah, I mean, it kills early game stuff. This whole deck wants to try to win early, so trying to keep our opponent from being able to interact in the early game is pretty relevant. Next, another Kaldheim card, Rally the Ranks. Obviously, this is going to Anthem on Warriors. It gives them all +1/+1. So, the only reason why I'm running exclusively 3, besides the fact that I don't have a 4th, is that it is an enchantment, and I want to try to keep as many bodies on the field as possible. Nonetheless, this has proven to be extremely powerful. It's not unlikely that I'll put a 4th in. Reassembling Skeleton, it's a warrior, and it constantly returns from the grave. Now, if I had Tarkir, I would use Bloodsoaked Champion instead, but you make do with what you got. Next, we have Kargan Intimidator, which is one of the all-stars in this deck, both in this version and the Pioneer version. It says, Cowards can't block warriors, and then you can pay 1 mana to activate, 1 generic mana, that is, to activate any of his abilities. One of them makes it to where target creature becomes a coward until end of turn, which makes it harder for them to block. But you can also give himself +1/+1 or give another warrior trample. Now, unfortunately, these can't stack because of the way that the ability is worded, but it's not likely that you're going to activate the ability more than once anyway. Additionally, he is a 3/1 for 2. The 1 making him kind of squishy, but in a lot of instances, I've put that Cartouche of Solidarity on him, and he's just been an absolute wrecker. First strike with 4 power is just surprisingly good. Next, we have Dreadhorde Butcher. He doesn't really add much to the deck other than the fact that he's burn on a body, so a lot of people are hesitant to block him. If you can get him in to do direct damage a lot, he actually just absolutely helps decimate the board. Next is a card I'm super iffy about, just because I like the alternative better. The, what is it called? It's, Chief of the Edge. It's a Mardu one. Because I feel like you're going to have black-white on the board more than you're going to have red-white, just in general. That's just my perspective, though. But they would essentially do the exact same thing. But this one caters to all creatures, whereas the other just caters exclusively to warriors. So, I mean, in retrospect, it could potentially be worse, but I don't know. I personally prefer that one. Maybe it's just because it's Mardu themed. But I'm running 3 of those because it is a limited Anthem effect. Next, we have Light Up the Stage. This helps to mitigate our card draw issues. Anyone who's played RDW already knows this, but yeah. Essentially what you do is you do damage, you activate the Spectacle, and then you have cards that you can play next turn. I am, of course, running 4 of these because, obviously. We also have Skewer the Critics, which is sorcery speed bolt after you do damage. Really conditional, but the fact that you can do 3 damage to any target, planeswalkers, creatures, and people, is actually kind of important. I will admit I have considered taking that out in place of Demon Bolt, but I'm not certain about that. Next we have 2 copies, or finally we have 2 copies of Kargan War Leader, which just gives a warrior anthem of 1/1 and is a 3/3 body on her own. The fact that she's a little bit harder to cast than everything else in here is relevant and unfortunate, but you know, you do what you gotta do. Now unfortunately my land base is not as there as I would like it to be. We'll go ahead and go over that real quick. So I'm running a Chefnet Dunes just because it has the ability to give all of my creatures +1/+1, but I'm not loving it, so that's most likely something I'm going to end up changing. Castle Lockwing, Castle Embereth, these are both relevant cards. They enter untapped if you have a swamp or mountain respectively. One pumps all your creatures, the other one allows you to draw cards. Bright Claim Pathway, it either comes in as a black source or a white source. I mean, you know how that goes. I got Shocklands. Admittedly, though, I don't have all the Shocklands I would like to have, and that's one of the upgrades I'm going to do. And additionally, I'm running Dragon's Call Summit as opposed to the new Red-Black because Call Time just came out, and I haven't had a chance to get that many rares. But I'm most likely going to ditch this in favor of the flip bands because I kind of like them, like, a lot more than Shocks over Checks. I mean, most of the time, I think Shocks over Checks is better, but in this particular instance, at least in this build, I like Shocks and Pathways. So, yeah. No Fabled Passage because I'm not running basics, and that actually has been a bit of a problem in the past, so we'll consider that for a rebuild. But yeah, it's a very low number of lands. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the introduction for this build. Let's go ahead and... Do I have another one of these? I don't. Okay, never mind. I was going to say, I could take out the Chefnet Dudes instead. Let's go ahead and get some games. Alright, Warrior Tribal. This game has, or this deck has been both surprisingly powerful and also occasionally underwhelming. Mostly because of the struggle with the land base. Alright, so this is actually a good opening hand. We can play Usher the Fallen. Turn 1, turn 2, we can play Rally the Ranks. Or just start boasting out, depending on what we want to do. So we'll go ahead and shock, play Usher, and go. Additionally, if we lose Usher to removal, it's not that big of a blow. So that's always nice. Cool. So we're going to go ahead and shock out another land. Attack, make a creature. This is definitely a high risk, high reward kind of situation because you want to be fast, which means you're going to allow pushes to happen a lot. I'll go ahead and let that enter tapped. I still want to put more bodies out, so we will go ahead and just attack with Usher and put down another creature. We have Rally in hand, which means we can potentially go kind of wide and then just start really doing damage. Okay, so they just set it up to where we can't cast more than one creature per turn. Let's see. Okay. What does it say? One creature? More than one spell each turn. Okay. So what we'll do... I want to kill that, but it requires me to lose something. Okay, here's the plan. I'm gonna go ahead and cartouche Usher of the Fallen. And then we'll just all-out attack. Hopefully, they'll block one of the soldiers. They did. Cool. So what this means is... Oh, we can't use the Fatal Push now. Shoot. I really did not think about the conditions there. Alright. We will have our opportunity later. Okay. Alright, so... This time we're going to do an all attack. Hopefully they choose to block again. They didn't. Okay. What we can do is play Light Up the Stage and see if we can't get a burn spell in reserve. We didn't, but we can play this land. I will go ahead and put down an extra white option. In retrospect, we're doing really good. Okay. Okay, they're attacking with that, so that's fine, actually. So we will go ahead. We'll put down the Castle Lockway just in case we want to have draw later. We might have to lose Usher of the Fallen here. Okay, they're blocking that. Which is fine because it means now we can push this thing. Pay an additional 1. That's actually perfectly fine for us to no longer be hampered that way anymore. We'll put down the reassembling skeleton and just pass from here. Of course they have another one. Yeah, no, lifelink is unfortunately pretty relevant right now. I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to play kind of long game-ish. I can still make warriors with the bow stability because that's not, yeah, it's not an activated effect. So what'll happen is unless they remove the Honor Crop Captain, I can put down Rally the Rinks on this upcoming turn. And then everything I have just becomes... Oh, goodness. Okay, well, they just pumped all of my stuff, so... It kind of put everything on even footing, but... I'll put some more warriors out there. That puts them down with some pretty interesting choices. Yep, okay. It doesn't really matter. I think I lose. Unless I can get a burn spell. Oh, hey, look at that. Skewer the critics. Oh shoot, I didn't realize exactly what they had done. Well, you know what? This is at least an interesting build, so... Also, I really like that they modified the way that the damage is set up. So yeah, we will just go ahead and concede from here. That whole hampering us in the early game was a kind of an unfortunate situation. If we had light up the stage early on, that probably would have been better than what we had to deal with. So let's go ahead and try again. Let's get some wins up in here. Gecko. It's an interesting name. Ugh, not liking the mana base very much. With that said, well, two of the cards that we have in our hand are whites, so this probably isn't worth it. Again, we do have light up the stage. You know, we're just going to keep it just because I've seen riskier hands pay off, so maybe. Hey, look, this comes in untapped. We'll go ahead and put down on the crop captain because that would be her time to shine. Plus, she's decent removal bait. Baral. Well, I'm gonna put down the Bright Climb. I think we'll white source it because I have another black source. And then we will, yeah, we just need to leave it red open for light up the stage. We'll go ahead and put down Rally for Warriors, attack with Chief, or not Chief, Captain, and then we'll play light up the stage so we have additional options later. Hey, look, and they're land options. Unfortunately, that means we can only play one of them, which will probably be Godless Shrine. Okay, so they've gone Grixis with this build, and one of their cards is Baral, Chief of Compliance. Interesting choices indeed. Alright, we will go ahead and we'll shock ourselves. Put down a Dreadhorde Butcher, probably, possibly, we'll see. Saw it coming, huh? Bet you didn't see this coming. This is the actual good card. I think we're doing decent. We got them down to 10 life. They just put themselves down to 8. Chandra's out, which means now we can kiss our card. Oh, kiss that goodbye instead.
Top drop and roll won't help you, buddy.
Well, Castle, Cartouche, on Kargan, create a body, attack. I want to put Chandra out of her misery. I don't really want to give him the card advantage. Lose Chandra, lose Baral, your choice. He has made a choice. Alright, we'll end the turn because we want to give the idea that we're bluffing. Oh, he's got another brawl. That explains a lot. He's looking at the Kargan, so he's thinking, maybe I should kill this. And he might have a way to. This color combination does have a lot of removal options. Okay?
Yup. You're going down.
Okay. That's sad. But they are tapped out, which is awesome because I just got Kargan War Leader and Dreadhorde Butcher. And I can play both of them right now. So we're gonna go ahead and send... We're gonna send both to Chandra, actually. We don't want her sticking around. Yep. And they allowed it to die. They might have another Chandra in hand. This is a pretty popular card. It's a good card too. I'm probably going to get some and mess around with them in some builds sometime in the relative, if not distant-ish, future. Alright, no action taken. So... we're gonna aim to cast this reassembling skeleton. Maybe bait out removal. They did. Interesting. Go ahead and attack with everything. I feel like this is probably a risky move because I think the right thing to do is to put down Rally the Rakes and try to assure my win. But we'll see what happens. Okay. That's unfortunate, but that happens. I just realized if I get Fatal Push, I can make Dreadhorde Butcher get my one for me. So put down Rally the Ranks because they can't stop me now. Which is a lot harder to remove than a creature. I think I've put him in a pretty tight situation. Okay, they're bringing out Kroxa, which does damage to me, but... Alright, we'll move to cast, reassembling skeleton. We'll bring out another reassembling skeleton, and we're just gonna have to hope that we can get in for the swing next turn. Oh wait, no, I should have attacked with Dreadhorde Butcher. Because his only good block with that is Baral. Oh well. Alright, we're gonna go and put down Castle Lockwayne. I think we're just gonna activate it to try to pump everything. And I'm pretty sure I win no matter what here. Yep. And that is how you take an overwhelming army of warriors and go to gold tier 2. Alright, I think we have time for one more game. So we're going to play one more game. And then let's go ahead and wrap it up for the day. We had a chance to show off what my Warriors can do with that last game, which is enough to make me happy. Okay, so we have Usher of the Fallen and the ability to play it. Cartouche of Solidarity. Removal. We'll keep this. Alright, cool. So, PT Life, Usher of the Fallen. Enter. They're playing another Forest. Drover of the Mighty. Okay, so they've got that dinosaur tribal crap going on. And I'm not about it. I'm not going to lie. So we're going to go ahead and push that thing. And then I will Cartouche of Solidarity onto Usher and go in. Yeah, I had to deal with dinosaur crap last night. It didn't work out super well for me. Alright. I think we just make a warrior. No, I think we gotta. I wanna put down an honor crop captain because I want to be able to get that extra power. So as much as I'd like to go wide, it doesn't make sense to try doing that here. What does make sense is not letting them put down big monsters really quick. Yeah, there's another Drover of the Mighty, which I can also burn. Okay, we've got plenty of red, so we'll just go ahead and put this down as a white option. They quit. Well, we'll call it. I mean, it's fair to say that that was pretty obvious to see how that was gonna go. It was just gonna be an endless onslaught of me attacking and attacking and attacking and removing. I mean, we were running out of gas there, but yeah. So that's the power of Warriors. If and when I do upgrades, I will go ahead and show that off. I have a couple more interesting, or I have one more really interesting deck coming up in an upcoming video with some energy counters. And then additionally, I want to show off the decks that got me to Diamond a couple seasons ago, which I'm still really proud about. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of the day.